All right, so today's November 5th, and we'll continue looking at the portfolios in class, and then afterwards focus on some digital media for the portfolios. So if you want to start, please go ahead, Pesan.
All right. Let me share my screen.
So hi, Scarlett. I see you joined the class.
Yes, Professor.
Mark
Hi.
present. How are you doing?
How do you post this in presentation mode?
Is it on the? Well, right now you're loading it through Dropbox, right?
Yeah, I'll share again.
Okay. So again, today, we'll start by reviewing everyone's portfolios, right? And then we'll get to look at making a portfolio as a website, right? And that'll be the main focus for today's class. And then we'll finish there whenever we finish, okay? That's actually very nice. I like it, yes.
So this was based on my first project, which was the Q project.
Okay.
For design one. And I kind of split up my wording with different fonts, trying to make it like unique in a way.
Yes. I think, that it's I know the project, for design one. This is actually, it's a pretty cool, cover page. It looks very architectural, right? I like the use of different tones of grays, right? I would probably just say one thing that I think, will make it better. And you guys probably already know what I'm going to say. What do you guys think?
The fonts, architectural.
The fonts actually are great, it's just switching the content of the fonts, right? So what do I always say is the most important name? Yeah. So ideally what I would do is, where you have architecture, right? The biggest font, I will make that your name, right? And then move architecture for the other one, right? Because again, you want your name to stand out. And then secondary is, architectural portfolio, right? But very simple thing to fix. Otherwise, it's a pretty cool looking cover page.
Thank you. A table of contents. I tried to take the same cubes.
Okay.
And just, make the same number as the chapters.
That looks good, yeah. One thing I might do here, if you just I like the table of contents. It has very nice thick font, right? The font here, it's maybe I think it's too strong, the bold, right? So maybe what I will do here, just a very simple. Let's see if I can change this. This one here, I will leave it as it is, right? But the font that goes here, which is the Q project,
the names, make it lighter.
Lighter, yes, and maybe not as thick, the font, right?
Okay.
So then we have 1 is the title, right? 2 is the chapter, and 3 is, so we have a nice hierarchy of different fonts for different parts of the book.
All right.
Okay, good. Again, you guys can definitely jump in also, if you have any comments.
So the way I process this out is, in my opinion, presenting an architecture portfolio, you have to tell a story only using with your progress.
Yes.
So this is why I use the lack of words and just try to describe it a little bit on top and then let the project do the talking.
That's true, yes. I mean, that's definitely true for a portfolio, right? Because you might not always be there to explain every single project, right? The portfolio should be a story, always be a story, that tells, and the story means, you're showing, like I said, you're showing the work in progress. If you only show the final design, or the final rendering, it doesn't really show much, but if you show the story of how you got to that point, that tells the audience so much more, right? And it's more important than, than the final image. Okay. Very nice, yeah.
And try to stick with the same, organize it. One, like, you see how, I don't know if I could annotate. So my main thing was breaking it down like this. And just
3, I guess.
Like that. So this is the concept I'm going throughout my projects.
Yes.
So
are you showing 1 page per, so you're showing 1 project per page, right?
Some of them, yeah. Some, like this project was a big one. So I went over here.
Okay, good. So you broke it up
and just tried to show the renderings and left the back one as the progress.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this is chapter 3, bridging surfaces.
Okay. So that's good. You know, just
And
from the beginning, right? From the collage, right? Some of
yes,
the shadow drawings, the hierarchy drawings, and slowly build into the model. Okay.
and I wanted to show at least one project of the breakdown. So I
Okay.
used design building tech 3, I believe.
Okay.
And this is
Okay.
your class
Exactly. Okay.
showing the progress and then the renderings. The next
Okay.
page, the final ones. And yeah, that's concludes my
Well, like,
work so far.
can you go back one right page, right? So yeah, so for this, you know, I think it's good that you're showing let's say, let me annotate here. Yes. So I mean, these are the final runs, right? So final one here, final one here. These are great, right? It's just, you know, they're a little bit small, right? So what you might do, right, is in the next page, right? Or the next few pages, you might show one of them as being a full page, right? Like completely, so the user can really look at your, you know, at your details, right? Because here they look great, but it's very hard to, you know, to look closely at the exact details. So I think, again, you tell the story and these are small. In the next page, maybe for 2 pages, you pick the ones you like the most and you make them into a full size rendering for the whole page. And then you can really see every single detail you made in that project. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you showed this project here. I think I like how it's organized, you know, on the daytime, afternoon, and nighttime.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to work on the next thing, which was adding here our project
Yeah.
from the class? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I did. You want me to share that?
yeah, please, yeah, if you can, yeah. In the meantime, I see also Marianne is also here. So I'm gonna mark you present.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else join just now? No?
It's downloading right now.
Okay, no problem.
All right, I got it.
Excellent.
Share screen.
Okay, yes, perfect.
Oh,
You maximize it to the do Control L or Control L should blow it up to the full page. Or you might,
no.
I guess it's fine. Just zoom in whatever you can. Yeah, to this. Yeah. Okay.
So I was thinking about putting this as well in my portfolio. This is why the chapter V is here.
Okay. So chapter 5,
Uh,
right? Okay.
Yeah, chapter 5.
So that's good. I
And
like it. You know, understanding the user perspectives commands in Photoshop to create an art gallery out from scratch. Okay. So yeah, so this is good. You have the your individual posters, your frame, right? All the parts, right? And here,
yeah,
so ideally this would be like a 2-page layout, right? On the left side, you have that page that has all the, let's say, the kit parts, right? And on the right side, you combine everything together, right? Can you go back again to the other page? Yeah, this is actually, yeah, I like it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it, and I like the fact that you added, you know, the plus, right? The equals, right? And you're gonna tell the story how you made this. Same thing here with the other posters, and you have the floor, the people, and the chair, right? And then the next page, if we go, then I can see everything kind of put together. All right, if you can go now to the next page. Exactly, we have the chair, the people. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking for you guys to do. Yes, exactly. You have all the components, right? And then we put them together. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, great
and
job.
yeah, that's I didn't do my personal project.
Yeah.
I kind of did what we were doing in class. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
But
all.
this looks great. You know, you already have this in the Dropbox, right?
Yeah, and you mean me? Dropbox? Sorry. Yeah, I have this on Dropbox and
Okay.
Miro.
Okay, perfect. Yes, thank you. Yeah, excellent job. You know, looks amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, who wants to go next? Okay, let me see. I think I'll just go from names here. How about Starling? You want to something you want to show?
Um,
basically just a project. It's in Dropbox, but I don't have access right now.
Is it in Dropbox?
Yep.
Let me see if I can look at it, right? Okay, 1 second. You put it in which folder? Is it on the portfolio section, right? Number 7, right?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, let me look. Okay, Starlin. Okay, portfolio section. Okay, here we go. Let me share. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is okay. So
Yeah, basically this is my cover letter.
okay, yeah, I mean this is nice. Very simple. This is against judicial, right? EDR, right?
Yeah,
Rosa, okay.
Yeah.
Architecture portfolio, okay. And it's kind of a very simple cityscape, right? So this is a nice cover page for a portfolio that you can send by PDF or maybe by email, right? I did it to print it out, it'll be pretty,
yeah, big. It's
Yeah.
11 by 17.
and you're gonna use a lot of ink pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, the portfolio really shouldn't be 11 by 17 just because it's a very hard page to print, right? Most, and it's hard, if you print your portfolio, that size and say, okay, I want to I want to store it, in a file cabinet, you can't fit that size. You can only fit 8.5 by 11. So it's always good to stick with a typical size for the portfolio.
Yeah, I think we moved to A by A.
Okay. So this is the cover page. Where's your table of contents?
Didn't make it yet.
Okay. All right. So you're showing this image here, but again, before you show anything here, you gotta tell me, what this is, right? You gotta say, project 1, design something, title of the project, something, right?
Yep.
So this looks like twin motion, or no? Lumion.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, twin motion.
Okay, good. Like this, right? So okay, so I got it. So you showed this before this one here, right? Design 5, adapted reuse hostel. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I basically need to continue working to upgrade this.
Okay. This looks good. This is like the site analysis work, right? With a site plan, some details regarding the structures that are there. That looks good. I like this page, right? I like the collage idea here and adding parts of the site to the collage. Okay. Collage 1 impression. Okay. That's good too. This is kind of your storytelling, right? Of your massing models, right? Okay. So we have the site, materials, and what is this? Like it is part of the concept?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, for this, you might, these here are clear, but for the ones here, maybe on the bottom right side, you put, study diagrams, right? So it becomes clear what it is, right? And sometimes if you have space, you can say, okay, what is pink? What is blue? What is green, right? So that person looking at it can kind of understand all the different programs in your, in your portfolio or in this project here, for example.
Okay.
Okay. That's good. That's showing, let's see. Let me see if I can, not sure what is.
So basically follow the same concept of the
okay.
Of the Photoshop I make.
Yes.
Like a collage.
So this is like the design concept, right? You have the idea of pushing, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then what's the blue line?
It's just like a continuum, like a circulation.
Okay. Okay. So then
connection.
Okay, so maybe what you can do here to make it maybe a little better, right, is when you get to this part over here, right, where it ends, just right here, whatever, circulation, whatever that might be, right? And then in one of these, not all of them, maybe you write here, push, right? So then you becomes clear that it's a design idea, right, that you're doing with this, right? And you put here, so then I can follow this line. When I get to the end, I see circulation. I think that'll make more sense, and a bit clearer. Okay. Okay, so this is showing, okay, that's good. And showing the photographs, locations where they are. Looks like an existing building, right?
Yep.
Okay, 2nd floor, 3rd floor. So like this, if it's a portfolio, right, you might not need to show every single thing, right? Because somebody might get bored to see, this floor, this floor, this floor. In the end, if you're showing this to your professor, obviously you're going to show every single floor, right? But in the portfolio, you don't have to show every single floor, right? You pick the ones that make the most sense, that are most crucial, right? And then you show those. Otherwise, it does get boring if you're going to go through, let's say, all 7 floors, right? Each one at a time. So I would say pick the top 2 that you like the most, right? The ones you think are more interesting, right? And show those, and the rest you can take them out, right?
Yeah, this is the same.
So like this one here, this one you could combine with this one here, right? Because even though it's recursion, it's still technically a section, right? And I still can see all the same amount of details, right? Okay, good. And then yes, I know. To me, this section is very, let's say, is more interesting, right? This section is more simple, right? Yeah. Obviously, here I don't see the idea of push, right? And those things. So I would say show this one, right? And this one you can remove it.
Okay.
This is good because that shows I guess the merging of the old building and your new building, right, together. That's fine. Like this, it's pretty much very similar, so I guess I might try to show both of them in one page if possible, right? I don't know if you can. Okay, interior shots. So for these shots, I wouldn't go for full page each one, right? Because they're more simple. I would maybe take one page, right? And in that page, show, 4 of them, right? Maybe one of them is here, right? One of them is here. Divide them into, 4 equal parts, right? Because I think even if they're smaller, I think they still show enough detail. I wouldn't go to full page for each one. Okay. And this image, again, this image compared to this one, what's the main difference here?
That basically I made it directly from right now. It's the last one is animation for
Okay.
dimension.
So like here says 3D view model. Okay, so that's fine. And here says site. So I mean, obviously the site shows a bit more, right? I guess some trees, show some grass, I guess. But ideally, they're pretty much the same thing, right? So you don't want to repeat the same thing multiple times. Maybe instead of showing this one here, right, you show this one here, which is pretty much the same view, right?
Yep.
So that's fine. Okay. And were you able to work on the other part? The one that Faisan just showed us for our renderings. The work we did in Photoshop.
Yes, it's mirror.
It's a mirror. Okay. Are you able to post it in Dropbox or?
No, not yet.
Okay, but I want you to also add it to this portfolio, right? Those
yes,
things.
everything.
All right, let me just quickly open up Miro here. Let me see what you're talking about here. 3609. Okay, so if I see here. Okay. Starling. Okay, so you put it here. Okay, I see it. Okay. Okay, so you have the images here, the parts here. And where do you have the one where everything is kind of put together?
I in the top.
And okay, so yeah, so I want you to take and add, these things here, right? This image, this one's here, right? And do it kind of in the same idea as Faisan, right? If you saw before, right? So add these things to your portfolio, right? And make it into a story, right? Where you can organize it this better, right?
Okay.
And we can just keep adding to our portfolio in the class. Okay, so yeah, so the idea is, this is fine, yes. The idea now is just to combine it together and put it into a story, right?
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you, Starlin.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. All right, how about Monica?
I'm sorry, Professor. I currently don't have anything uploaded at the moment.
Okay, let's see, Christopher.
I'm in the same boat, Professor. I apologize.
All right. Okay, ZG.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Professor, can you share the screen so I upload some material for my Photoshop renderings?
So you want me to share, right? Okay. I'm
Yes,
sharing
please.
the which part? The poster? From
Yes.
Dropbox or
From the Dropbox.
okay, Dropbox. Okay, give me a second to all right, let me go here. Let me share. All right, so let me go Dropbox here. See
Assignment 7.
here, portfolio.
Yeah. Portfolio. I think you look up my last time.
Okay. Yeah, so we saw this. Did you make anything changes to the portfolio?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. So
Okay.
I don't have any update yet, but I did the I did those rendering
These, right? Okay.
material. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so this is where you combine, the parts, right? The break and those things. Okay. The
Yes.
untouched model. Okay, good. Yes. So there's the idea. So again, just add this to the portfolio, right? And we're just gonna keep adding, let's say, chapters to our portfolio as we go to the class.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we have this. Okay, we have the material palette. All right. Good. Yeah, that's the idea. Yes, perfect. All right, it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So just add this to your portfolio here, right? As the next project, right? And
Okay. Sure.
and
Okay.
just and describe everything you're doing in there.
Okay. Sure. No problem.
Okay,
I'll do that.
perfect. Thank you.
All right.
All right, looks good. Let's see, what am I doing here? All right, how about Julia?
Oh, yes, Professor. I posted today's assignment on Miro.
And you're on
On Miro, yeah.
Miro board? Okay. All right, so in that case, let me share. Let's see here. Julia, okay, over here. Okay, good. All right, so also this is not bad, you kept everything to one page, right? So you have the parts over here, and then you show here the final image, right?
Yes.
I think that's fine too, yes. You could do this in one page and then have the page next door here be the full image.
Mhm.
I think also this also works really nice. You can see all the details also. I mean, if you want to put, here the full image, that's fine too, right? That's part of your design. But
Okay.
great, that's great, yeah. We have every single part. Yeah, and definitely, for these things, you don't even need so much to add any words, right? Because you should be able to, just look at the images and kind of figure out what's happening here, right?
Mhm.
So for these things, you need very minimal, you might give it a title, right? Like Photoshop
Yeah.
collage, right? Something like that. But you don't need to describe what you're doing at every step. That should be pretty obvious.
When I add to my portfolio, I just add some chapter or
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
That's fine. Yes, exactly. Okay. And okay, that's that one too, right? All right, perfect. Yeah, excellent.
Thank you, Professor.
Since I'm here, I'm looking at this one here. Who's this here? This is Nor. Okay. So you have let's see. In a way, you did this before, before, right? So you kind of already had it before, right? You have the image here that has nothing, right? And you added these things here. And then here you did a bit more detail, right? Which is great. So this is one page.
Yeah, this is spread page.
Okay, got it. So we have the okay, the space, everything here, and the full size page over here. Okay, same thing here, and this. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, very nice, because now you can really see every single detail. That the change of color, the change of background. This.
Yeah, I just put the details, not the process or how.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear, everything here. So also I like the layout. So what I guess these lines you made them on purpose, right?
Yeah, because a lot of white space between the PNG files.
Okay, so this is to keep everything it's in a grid system. Okay, that looks great. All right, very nice.
Okay.
And let's see if anybody else here. This one was Starling. Okay, we saw that one. Here is Jonathan. Okay, so I assume we have one. So let's see here. All right, so I guess over here and this on the right side is where you put the final image, right?
Well, what do you mean?
Okay, so these are the parts, right, for your image, right?
Yeah, those are the parts that compose.
And where's the final image? Here, right?
Yeah.
right, so
well,
yeah.
I just did. I just put like the final. Well, I mean, not the final, but like whatever parts compose the final is like at the bottom. But that's
Okay.
all.
So eventually, when you put this into your portfolio, right, you're gonna have, like, say, like one page, right, be this, right, and the
Mhm.
page next door will be the final image where everything's composed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, that's good. We have all the paintings. Same thing here. We have the beach scene with all the people, the trees, and here you're gonna have again the final image where everything is composed.
Yeah. Okay.
We have here also with the evening scene. Okay, good. The parts. This is the one for your personal rendering, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Excellent. So I'm glad you did one for each one.
Yeah.
Eventually you have, here you have the 5 final images. So yeah, this will look great in the portfolio once everything gets uploaded.
Okay. Got it.
All right, excellent job.
Uh,
Thank you.
Do we have to put this on the drop, like with Dropbox on the assignment 7 too, or?
Yes, also everything goes to assignment 7, yes.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Yeah, and if you want, you can just add it to the next chapter of your portfolio, right? You don't have to make a new book, just imagine that, our portfolio, all we're doing during the semester, we're just adding pages, as we create new projects. So in a way, once you get to the end, it should be easier to create your final portfolio because it's already kind of organized, right? And we can just refine any details, there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Okay. I saw a face on. Very nice. Okay. Did I miss anybody here? I guess, unless maybe you uploaded stuff into Dropbox.
Professor, I have it too, but unfortunately something wrong with my PDF. Is it okay if I screenshot from the thing and upload?
Yeah, for now it's fine. Yes. Afterwards, when you fix it.
Yeah,
just
I
please,
think screenshot works on the. I had yesterday too problem, but I'm gonna screenshot from my InDesign files if that's fine.
That's fine for now. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, do it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you
Give me
get it done.
5 minutes. I will do it.
Okay, no problem. Anyone else here want to show their work? Okay, so I hope I get this week was a bit hectic with the midterm, so I hope you guys will catch up by next Friday with these things, right? All right, let's see here. Let me stop share for a second. Okay, so let's talk about kind of what. Let me know when you're done, Mary, and then we'll come back to you, right? Also,
yes, thank you very much. Yes.
In case anyone else, wants to show me something, please let me know, right? And we'll show it in class, right? So the one thing that we want to discuss today in class, it's, these things, right now, obviously everyone's going for, printing a portfolio is still something that is done, very often, right? But, you can't always, especially now, that we have all this, pandemia, and COVID, right? And people don't want to go back to the office, they want to work from home. That's not really gonna change, right? Many companies saw that, working from home and remote actually works pretty well, right? And actually they save a lot of money by having these things like this. So some things will probably never go back, to be the same, and remote working schedules are going to be pretty much sticking around for, a while. So that means, that we have to be able to promote ourselves, right? Otherwise than just sending a portfolio, right? Or maybe meeting somebody face to face, right? So we have to be able to, obviously we can use Zoom, right? And then through Zoom, we can show somebody, it could be a PDF of the portfolio, or maybe we can give them a link to a website and they can go there and they can start to look at all these things, right? Or we can even use other companies to help us create a portfolio that we can print and make it look like a more professional looking book, right? So there are a lot of things that could be used for this, right? Let me share it here. So a few things that we could do here, and let's see here. Where am I here? All right, so one thing here is, have you guys ever heard of this company here called Blurp?
No, Professor.
No one? Okay, so this is a pretty big company. It's become big over the last few years, right? Especially now, everything that's happening here. And this is a company that allows you to self-publish a book, right? This book could be really whatever you want, right? So And then if you want, you can sell the book, or it could be for personal use, or it could be a book that you use to create a portfolio. Because once you make the book, right, you can choose to have it printed in many different ways. You know, you can have a binding like an actual book. You can get a binding like a portfolio, right? You get a PDF file, right? So, I mean, if you go here to the bookstore where they have, you know, stuff from everyone that's published their own book, right? You know, we have here tons of stuff, you know, and you can look at it by different, say, you know, different categories, right? We have photography here, you know, travel, memoirs, children's book, portfolios here. So portfolio is a good section. Let's go here to portfolio section here, right? And, you know, it could be photography, it could be architecture. Once you make your book, you know, everything goes here as a public domain, right? So that means anyone can go and look at your book, right? If you want it, you know, if you make it public. Let's see if we find something here that deals with let's say architecture. And then, you know, this could be ranked by, you know, how popular that they are. Okay, this one here, this one looks interesting. This one's called DJG Design, right? So if we look at it, again, we could buy this book for $10, you know, we can go here and we get a preview, right? And again, they give you pretty much, once you open the account, again, the account is free here, right? They give you all the tools to make your book, right? And you can define, you know, any format, you know, they give you page layouts you can choose from, right? They give you fonts you can choose. You know, you can just drag and drop your own photography. You can arrange it. In the end, you're making a very professional looking book, right? This could be used instead of, let's say, InDesign, right? But for this, you have to be a little bit more organized, right? You already gotta have your own folder, you know, and already have an idea of all the photos you want to use, you know, all the projects, an idea of the text you want to use, right? To create something like this, right? Let's see here. And actually, I've done it before a few times, you know, for I think for school, I've done it a few times. But again, it's, you know, it's, and the quality is really, really good. Yes, it's the same quality as buying an actual book. So let's see if we look here, you know, we have here the category that we can choose, you know, all these things here, you know, if we go to architecture, right? Let's see what we have here. So you could publish your own research. Here's one book, right? This one has no preview. I guess the person decided not to make a preview for it. You can choose the size of the book. You know, it could be a very small book. It could be almost the size of like a coffee table book, which is about, you know, I think it's 12 inches by 18 inches. So it can become pretty big. Like this, you know, you can define, you know, again, your title page. You can do full bleed pages like this. You can design it, and these are all preset pages that, you know, obviously you can also make your own custom page, right? But these are all preset that you can say, okay, for this book, I'll use this page. You drag and drop it, and then it gives you a space where you can drop the photograph. It gives you a space where, like this, where you can actually put your text, right? It gives you already ideas of professional quality books, you know, and how you can use those to create, you know, your thing. It's nice because when you do a full bleed page, you know, it's really is a full bleed page, you know, and when you print it out, you can print it out on professional quality paper, right? So you're gonna get the right colors. Again, if you go to Staples to print your portfolio, if you go your own printer, it won't be the same as a professional printer. You know, the colors will not be the same. So, and actually, the books in the end, you know, depending how big it is, you know, let's say you have 30 or 40 pages, the book might cost you, let's say $20, right, for one book, right? And it's not bad because maybe this is your personal book, right? The one you're gonna take to the meeting and you're gonna show it, and now obviously you take it back with you, right? So it's a little investment for your personal portfolio, and it's gonna show your work in the best possible way, right? All these are beautiful looking layouts, right? Like this. And it gives you a nice way, you know, big picture, small picture, you know, descriptions there. So this has been used a lot, you know, by architects, right? To define, you know, or to create, you know, projects, right? And then obviously this is this book is $86. So, and it's hardcover. If you look at other ones here, here's one, architectural. Let's look at this one. Okay, this is blank. There we go. So this is by, let's say, artist Samuel De Cruz, 3D Max, which is what I use. Okay. And I guess it's just showing his own work, right? Like this. Looks like some of the 3D work. This could be like a student portfolio, right? It's not the nicest organized portfolio, right? It's kind of all the same pages. But yeah, it's pretty. Also, I don't like the font he used, but it's one way that you can use, this to create your own book, right? What do you guys think of this portfolio or this thing? What do you think of the layout?
Yeah, it can be better.
It's very like I don't know.
It's off a little bit.
It's off a little bit, yes. It's not really. It doesn't look professional. Yeah, and also I would say, to me, it's very boring, right? Every page looks the same, right? So this is not really that interesting. Like here, you're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But they're all the same, right?
Yeah, from the same angle.
Yeah, pretty much. He was just kind of showing every single rendering he made, and you don't do that, you choose the best rendering, right? Like here, yeah, this is okay, but yeah, this could be done by one rendering. So this is something that gets boring pretty easily, right? I guess not sure why this is there, and this is I think it's French. Yeah, so this is he used Blurp, which is a great company to make, but his idea for the portfolio wasn't really something interesting, right? So in the end, even though it became like this, I think the layout's not as professional looking. Let's see this one here also. So this has a nice cover page, right? This is also pretty cool, right? This could be your again your name, right? Fabio, right? This could be portfolio, and I think that's Italian. Let's see, that's pretty cool. Yes, that's pretty cool and very nice, simple table of content, right? We see we have a title a little darker, right? On the left side, we have the page number where the, let's say, project will be, and the right side, a very simple description of this. This is also, to me, this is a very nice, simple, elegant, table of contents. Then we have, this, it's up to you to add, but we don't need really all this description, right? And looks like he's a photographer, so he's showing just his photograph. So yeah, so this is pretty much what's, and then what you do here pretty much is you have to log in, right? You can design tools, right? So if you go here, so they also give you a plugin for Adobe InDesign, right? Which you can plug it into your Adobe, right? And it makes it work better between Blurp. So you can work, let's say, in Adobe where you're maybe familiar, and when you're done, it can be exported directly to Blurp, right? And it will export your format, all these things that you already have, and make it very easy to transition between, both programs, right? Also Adobe Lightroom, you can do PDF to book, and it adapts to all the different, formats, right? Services, this is not block products. Here, this is good. And the products, we have photo books, but we have also here templates right here. This is what's good about, so you can create a book with Bookright, right? You have to sign up for this, you make it, it's all a free account, right? And then they'll provide you all the different templates. So you can just, open the template, and all you do is really insert your photographs and insert your text, right? And you can start to make a book that is already looking, professional, right? Here we have one that's called Portrait Basic, right? Let's see. Here's one landscape, right? So let's say I choose, you know, family book template, travel book templates, baby book, here, portfolio book, which is great. So we have landscape and we have portrait. So let's do a preview of this one, right? So we can download templates. See how this looks. So yeah, this won't open. This will open pretty much in the, but we can kind of see here. If you guys can, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. You see, it gives you this, right? You know, it gives you a gray space where you can just drag and drop your images. It gives you placeholders for text, right? And then when you go to a different page, you can choose this, or there's a menu down here where you can say, okay, for this one, when I use a different menu, maybe I want to have photographs, maybe 6. You know, you can design your own. But the way is that it takes the work out of trying to figure out the layouts of every single page, right? And it keeps the book looking professional, right? Like this. Gray means a full image. You know, you can do a full bleed. You can do text. So it's a great tool to, if you don't have the time, or let's say if your skills are lacking, let's say in design, or you want to make a professional looking book for yourself, right? This wouldn't work. You know, obviously you wouldn't go here and print out 20 copies to send to a job interview, because that would be really expensive, right? If you go here to pricing here, for example, right? Like if we do like you know, there's soft cover book, there's hardcover, there's image wrap, you know, and then we have different paper, you know, basic paper, premium paper, super fine, eggshell, all these different things. They just add to the price, right, of the book, right? But if you stay with a basic paper, right, let's say like a soft cover, I would say probably like an 8, like a 10 by 8. That's like a typical size portfolio book, right? It might be about $22 for 20, you know, pages, right? If you go here, make it, let's say 40 pages, right? It will go up to $28. So again, this wouldn't work for making 20 copies for interviews. This will work only for making your personal book that you are going to bring to the interview, right? So imagine you go to an interview, right? You send that person a PDF file through email, right? And then when you get there, you have this book that you're going to show him during the interview, right? But in the end, when you're done, you're going to take it back with you, right? So this is a good way to use this, this, you know, this site. Yeah, so I mean, this is kind of a, I'm not going to go in a lot of detail with this, you know, just for you guys to know that this is out there, right? And you guys can, you know, I would say you guys can just make a free account, you know, try it out, you know, and it works pretty good, you know, I'm making these things, right? And I'm sure it'll become useful eventually, you know, as you guys, you know, are doing more things. What do you guys think of this, something like this? Would you guys ever use it?
That's nice. Yeah.
So, well, yeah, so I mean, again, they also help you, you know, like, you know, you can self-publish and you can try to sell your book, you know, like in Amazon if you want, or, you know, these things. You can go to their bookstore, but yeah, it's pretty interesting here. So, you know, take a look at it, right? I mean, this is not really an assignment, just I'm just telling you guys that this exists, right? And you guys can try it out, you know, if you guys want. All right, good. Mary, do you have the images to show us? You did a screen capture?
Yes, it's on the mirror board.
All right, let's open up my mirror.
Oh, do you want me to share? Or
I can share from here if you want. Yeah, let's see.
okay. Okay.
Where I have it. Let's see. Mary, okay. So the one's here, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, so these are all screen captures?
Well, I tried to upload, but I uploaded. It's just not opening on my desktop. I don't know why. I cannot open PDF.
No, this looks good. Yeah, I'm glad that you have here a very simple thing, right? Project 1, gallery space, right? We have the final one, and we have all the different parts. That looks great. I'm surprised. This image has a lot of things. Yeah, I didn't know there was so many things there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I thought that, like, I didn't know this thing here was 2 parts.
No, yeah, it's
the base and the top. Yeah. So I see that there's more work here than I thought. Very nice. Okay. Good. I also like that, you know, the very nice organized format, right? Everything's gonna on a grid, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Trying to.
Okay, I see how also, you know, you kind of took the carpet and you stretch it, right? to make it fit?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And I thought this was one image, but it looks like not. They have the
No, it's
can,
two images.
and you have the other parts. So okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah, great job. Excellent.
Thank you.
Very nice. Perfect. Okay. Guys, anyone else want to show me something with this? No? Okay. All right. So let's talk about, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I want you to review what I did. I was trying to catch up.
Is it on Miro board or?
Yeah, it's on Miro.
Okay, let's see here. Excuse me. Let's see here.
It's Salimato.
Where? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here. Oh, so this I haven't seen before, right? Or have I?
Yeah, I was catching up with the stuff when I got my new computer.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I like the fact that you made it to like a desert scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You cut out all the windows here, which is nicely. People are there. The people outside, maybe I would maybe if you can give them a shadow, right?
Okay.
You did put a shadow here, right? This one? Which is
Yes,
nice.
I did.
Okay. You put a carpet, okay. Okay, nice. This one, oops, what did I do here? Okay. This one, what it probably needs, let's see here. So this is fine, the bridge, the person, right? What do you guys think is missing from this building, right? That'll make it a little bit better.
Shadow?
Yes.
Oh.
So definitely, because right now, when you take away the shadow, the building becomes almost detached from the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the shadow is just a blurb thing that kind of down here, right? A very simple shadow there. You can put you can paint it black and then you can reduce the opacity, like here, right? You put a shadow there, right? And also you see how here between the rock and the water, right? There's a very strong, almost like a strong contrast, right? Between, dark and light, right? So here you might maybe try to make the edge here a little bit darker, right? Maybe to paint to, right? So this way it creates a transition between the bright, the shadow and the actual object right here. So I think all it's missing here, is, you do have one there, but I would say make your shadows a little bit stronger. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the shadows anchor your images to the page.
All right.
All right, very nice. And then, okay, so you took the same image here. Okay, here you changed it. I think the same thing, even though it's an evening shot, there's still shadows beneath here, right? And there's still shadows here, right? And the shadow of the guy here. So I would say, the main thing is the shadows, yes, here. I also see that the tree here, you added some color, right? Like a filter to the tree. So it makes me look like it's actually, in the evening, which is nice, right? So I would say the biggest thing that you can fix here, if you can, is just the shadows for this.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, good. And you're still catching up with the other ones here?
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm working on it.
Okay, good. All right, thank you, Salamatu. Anyone else? Wait a few seconds, and okay, I guess that means no one else. All right, so let's look at I guess our main topic for today's class, right? So I imagine you guys know this company, right? Wait, oops. You guys know, where can you see it? This.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever used this before?
No. I use Canva. I don't use it usually, but it's like similar.
Which one?
Canva, or I don't know how you pronounce it. C-A-N-V-A.
Canva.
Canva? Yeah, Canva.
Okay, Canva,
Yeah.
made easy.
I used it for presentations.
Oh, really? Okay, so I haven't used this before here. Okay. Yes, probably something like this, yeah, similar.
There is
Yeah, but
also
I know Squarespace is good.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, Squarespace is good.
Okay, yes. And there's also one more that right now I'm blanking out that also gives you a pretty good layout for pages. There's Square Page, and there's one other company that does free.
I know of two.
Yes.
Well, I've used Google Sites before. I think it's pretty good for a
Okay.
very simple layout of your work.
Yes.
And there's this website called beautiful.ai. It's also
Beautiful.
very beautiful.ai. .ai. Yeah.
Okay.
This is really good for presentation layouts. You can even include videos in your stuff. I think this is a good website. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a ton of them, right? Yeah, you know, this one also I didn't know, but I'm sure that you guys can also use it, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, these are all good, you know, sites, you know. So I mean, if you learn one more, it's even better, right, for you guys to use. And these are typically all free, right? You know, free meaning that they'll publish your site, and you have to accept that they'll put some, you know, some ads on the site, right? Once you pay, then obviously they'll remove the ads, but still, you know, you still get all the tools to make a website, right? And these things have gotten very easy because in the past, you know, when you're making a website, you either had to know how to write code, right? Or you had to pay somebody to, you know, do these things. I mean, now making a site, you know, it's like working in Photoshop, right? You know, there's no code involved, you know, it's just a matter of drag and drop, picking a template, right? And adding some text, you know, so it's something that's become fairly easy to create, right? And in class, you know, we'll use Squarespace to make a portfolio, right, of all the work that we have also in class, right? And we go through, you know, some of these tools here. I mean, once you go to Squarespace, you know, just log in with, you know, I'm logging with my Gmail account, right? It's a free account, right? That's it. And afterwards, once you get to the page here, right, we can see we have, you know, overview of the pages. You know, we can look at some samples. We can look at portfolios here. Different things here, right? These are all sample things that I've done by different people, right? Different portfolios. So we can browse and get ideas from different people that have already published, you know, their sites, right? Again, it's a lot more of the things we can do here. I'll probably ignore these things. We have tons of different templates, right? We can choose by category, right? You know, whether it's portfolio, like for us, things for scheduling, photography, art and design also could apply to us. Travel, real estate, you know, home decor. And then we can browse all these sites, you know, and then, you know, once we pick a site, we can just, you know, change the photo, right? Or change the text, right? Or we can add, you know, we can add a new page to the layout, right? And do all these things that are, you know, or you can say here, use a blank page, you know, that means you're doing everything from scratch, right? But ideally, the best way is to find something you like here and just start to, you know, modify it, right? I mean, for us, you know, I'll pick portfolio, maybe art and design, right? Maybe photography, because that deals with, you know, let's try down there. And we get, let's say this one here is a, so we can do a preview, right, of this one. And as a preview of the side, we have here we have work, contact, right? It gives you this kind of nice. I mean, this is pretty cool. It could be project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4. This could be 6 different design, you know, projects, right? Then when I click here, it brings me to, I guess, this, right? You know, this could be a project description, and this could be different images of your design, right? Whatever you want to choose here. This is one page, right? This one here called Utica. This is a more, I think, architecture, right? If I go to preview this one, this is the cover page, right? We have a work about our team. You can change these things easily. You can remove some of these categories, right? But, you know, we have here all the different images, right? We could say here, my recent work description, and you can say here design 1, design 2, design 3, design 4, whatever you want, right? And when I click and say here, project 1, it takes me to the project description. Here you can put a very small project description, right? And then here we're showing just images, right? In this case, there's one image here, but we could say, I want to choose 2 images or 3 images. You know, we define those different things to use in our project, right? And, you know, a lot of things. Also, this one here works pretty good. Let's go preview this one. I like this one here because when it opens up, it gives you almost like a gallery view of different things, right? You see here, we have all these different images here, right? That eventually you could just, you know, put your own stuff here, right? Although this is not really that organized because again, we show in here, you know, this really wouldn't be showing here like 20 different, you know, projects. This would be kind of confusing for a client. So this is a good product for photography, right? You're showing here all your photographs, not so much for showing, you know, an architectural, you know, your design work. So, you know, let's try and do this in class, you know, just go through some of the simple things here, and then this will be our main focus for today's class, right? So maybe we'll use this one here. Let's try this one here, right? Yeah, let's try this one. So we're gonna put here, start with this one here, right? Whatever this is called, and it's gonna load up this site. So welcome to our site, you know. So first thing, what do you want to call your site, right? So I'm going to call it architectural portfolio, right? And continue, okay? Then it gives you this, you know, this is kind of it's a very quick tutorial guide, you know, kind of where things are located, you know, the page, you know, on the left side, on this bar here is where you have all the edit tools, right? And it shows that, you know, you can hide them, right? To make your page bigger, right? Or you can bring them back here by, you know. Next, you know, once you open those categories, you know, there's all subcategories for all the things that you can rename easily. You know, we'll go over those things. Okay, these things, and then again, how we can modify all these things here. But let's just get started, right? So this is what we have here, right? On the right side here, it's your assistant, right? In case you need help, tutorials, that's all shown here, right? It gives you plenty of links to help, right, in these things. So we can call them, we can say, do not show again, right? If you feel comfortable that you don't need any help, we can say that, or we can say here, start your trial. Okay, and otherwise it'll be showing up there. Or we can go down here and just close it, right? And it will show up again the next time you open up this page, right? So here's the site, right? We have the title that we just made, architecture portfolio, right? Some title here. We have a bunch of different tabs for categories. We can kind of preview what this looks like, right? Nice big image here, recent work, you know, and we have here, let's assume that we have, let's just assume, you know, for this, that we're gonna make 4 different, you know, let's say design 1, design 2, 3, and 4, or it could be really whatever you guys want, you know, but we're gonna have 4 different projects to showcase in this portfolio, right? So already all the work is kind of already made for us, right? I think this works nicely for this. The good thing is once the portfolio is done, it can be viewed on any media. That means on a computer, on a phone, on a tablet, and the portfolio, the page will be resized automatically depending on the media. So you don't have to worry about things not showing up properly if you go from your computer to the, let's say, to your phone, right? And if you see up here, right, there's a little button here that looks like like a telephone, I guess, right? A mobile. And if you click here, it gives you a preview of the website, let's say in an iPhone, right? What things you will see here. You can see that, you know, obviously some things become smaller, but overall it becomes pretty nice and clear, you know, how you see this at a smaller size, you know, feature. We can go back to a typical mode, right? On the left side here, right, we have all the different tabs for this site, you know. We have the pages, right? If I click here, we have the work page, which is pretty much the one up here, right? We have the about page, which is the one up here, right? Our team, press, and contact, these are all our 5 main tabs for this page, you know. And here, you know, under each tab, you know, we can delete it if I want to, right here. I can delete this tab if I don't need it. I can click on the toolbar here, right? And I can change things, right? Like, you know, let's say, for example, work, right? So I guess what I call this work, you know, what else could we call this besides work? Just to do a preview. About, okay.
Project, maybe?
Okay, yeah, let's try that. Yeah, so let's go here to work, right? We'll click here. We're gonna have here, let's call it just project, right? That's fine. We go here, then we just save it, sorry, oops. Save it. work. Okay, did it change it? No, oops. Go back to this one. Page title, okay. Sorry, it should be here. Navigation title, not that one. Okay, project. And you can see here the title is the page that appears in the navigation menu, which is the one up here. This you really don't have to change. This is how the page will load up here on the URL. So these things you really don't have to worry about it. And if you want, if you have things that are sensitive, you could make this page password protected, right? So that if somebody gets this page, they can see only certain data, right? So again, these things for us don't really apply. I put save, and now we have here project, right? So we can easily change these things, right? For us, do we need project? Okay, project is good because it gives us this, right? Then we have about, which is that's good because that's about you guys, So you might have here a photo of yourself, right? And something about yourself, I'm a student going to City Tech. I plan to graduate, in the spring of 2022, right? And something about yourself, that is probably good for you guys. Our team, this you probably don't need because at this time you're not making really, a website for, an actual company. Press, no, because at this point, you're still students, but you probably haven't built anything yet, so you're not really showing any press. And contact, yeah. So I would say from here, I will keep project, about, and contact, and I will eliminate our team and press. So that means that I will go here to the left side, right? And our team, I will delete this page, right? Confirm. Then press, I would also delete this page. Confirm. And now we have 3 categories: project, about, and contact, right? And that's fine from now. Yes. All right. So that's kind of a basic setup here. Up here, we have the edit button, right? If I click the edit button, right, I can now edit stuff on this page, right? So here, right, I can, we're gonna put this, let's see. We can put your name, right? Let's say I'm gonna put my name here, for example, right? That's, and once it's there, right, you could do other things. You can change the size of the fonts. You can make it to the left, the right, all different things that are pretty much there, right? You could also, this box also, you could move it, right? And say, you want to put it somewhere else. Maybe I like it more on this side over here. Oops, no, it's not. Let me do that. Here we go. So you see here, this plus sign here brings back this here, right? A lot of different tools it has. You could actually embed, it makes it easy. You can embed your own, accounts like Instagram, Twitter, all those things are there. So that's, the name here. Let's see here. We can delete. You see, this part is a section, right? From here to here. So we could delete this section from the side, right? And then all we will have is this here. So this whole image is one section here, right? So we can add a section to this, or we can remove that section, right? So they say this image here, right? I want to change this image, right? For example. Excuse me. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay, section. So the first one here is the format, right? So format is the format of this page, right? So section height, medium, right? Medium size, small size. We're only showing this much of the photograph, right? This is probably like a, this I would say I will make it smaller because these are the actual 4 main projects. This is more like a banner, right? You know what a banner is in a website?
No.
So a banner means it's like an image that covers the side from left to right, and just kind of it's the first cover. It's almost like a cover image for the side, right? It's not really showing a full image, right? It's kind of the preview to the side, right? So it's okay if you're cutting out part of the work here, right? It's more like a design thing. So if I go here, right, I'm gonna make it small so it looks like a banner, right? It may put something abstract here, the content, right? This doesn't really do much there. Alignment, right? We can align to top to bottom. We can align to the top. We can make all the different alignments here. For the background, you know, we can choose something. We can choose to put an image, right? So let's say, for example, here, let's see here, where's my Dropbox? For this, you should be pretty organized, you know, with your stuff, right? Let's see, I'm gonna pick somebody in class. Let's say face on. I need like a JPEG file. Who's got something here? I need like a nice image. It doesn't, I mean, what we need is just to put one big image there, right? Let's see. Maybe I'm in the wrong folder. Let's try something from before. Poster, let's try the poster one here. Okay, case study poster. These were all PDFs. Okay, this is Chris, right? Okay, Chris has a pretty cool image here. This one here, right? Looks like it's a JPEG file, right? So I can just take this and I can just drag and drop it. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna make this smaller here, so you guys can see everything here. And I put this thing here with my folder on the right side here. So I'm gonna take this image from Chris and drop it here, right? Come on. Why aren't I'm not putting a video? Here, replace, here we go, okay. Upload file. And let's see, let's go to my New York City. Something rendering, I guess. Okay, everyone's falling behind the work this semester. Let's see. Okay, something from Ying. Okay, let's say from here, you know, just to save time, let's say we pick this image here, for example. So now it's loading the image here, right? And now we have this nice image. This is from my other class, the animation class. Also, very important for the images here is that these images that you guys choose for here have to be really good quality, right? And hopefully at least 300 DPI, right? You can choose full bleed, which means it's gonna go to the edge of the whole thing, or you can do inset, which means it'll be a little bit off, but it always looks better. Anything that's full bleed looks more modern, you know, professional. And again, this is just simply a banner. We could also put a video, right? If you have a video, it has to be 1 minute max. Art means you can choose from here, right? You know, there's different things you can choose that already exist here. Video could be interesting if you have like a clip of your work. Maybe you made an animation of your maybe something in Lumion, right? Otherwise, you can drop this image here, right? And we can also delete it here, right? So that covers kind of your name here, an image. Here is fine. You can put recent work, you know, and just you can describe something about, you know, the work, right? This is talking about everything right here. Then we have here this kind of 4 different, you know, things, right? And we have, again, this is the section, right? We have to go here to manage this page, right? So we can click here once to confirm, right? It almost requires, you know, you can learn this pretty simple, I would say. And this right now just loading. If you click this, right, it's gonna go to the next page, right? We can always come back here. But the main thing is I want to change these 4 images right here. All right, let's go back to edit. Let's go back to here, right? Looks like a little pen. Background, right? So it says here to add an image, right? And maximum 20 megabytes, right? So we can select from upload file, right? We can browse their stock images. We can select from the library. So library is this here. So in a way, I can make my own library, right? And I can drop some stuff in there. So let's say this thing, I'll drop in here. At least I used to let me drop it, not anymore. Okay. Free images. So there's a bunch of free stuff you can use from them. Premium, you might have to pay for them. My library. Let's go to search. See, this one here is 1024 by 6. That's a pretty low quality image, right? So ideally, otherwise it's gonna look something like this, you know, pixelated. So for here, let me take this one here and I'm gonna drop it there, right? So it tells me here, resolution must be less than 60 megapixels. So that means that this image is probably way too big to use. Okay. Nothing there for the next person. So again, for this, you know, I'm not gonna go find, let's just use whatever C, right? You guys can just go here to add image, right? And you can find your own image ahead of time, right? For now, you know, we can just, again, we can do image, we can do video, we can do art, right? All these things are easily to add, right? We can do format here. So the format here actually is good because if you see the current format here, we have 2 columns, right? You see here, if I wanted 3 here, let's do 3. Right now we have here 3 columns, right? Which doesn't align well because there's nothing really here, right? But if you were showing, let's say 6 projects, you know, you might do 3 columns, right? You can do more if you want to. You can do 4. Now everything's aligned here on 4, right? If you do 2, it's good because the image gets bigger, right? You can change the height. Also, this here, the spacing, right? This is the spacing between here, right? Between here and here, right? If you look at my mouse here, that's 40 pixels, right? So we get the spacing. If I can reduce this and make it, you see how it makes the image bigger. I can make it smaller. I can reduce the spacing, right? I can make it 0, so there's no space between the pictures, right? But again, a little space is always good. And again, the same thing, the vertical spacing is here, right? You guys can see kind of there. Then we can pick also the image ratio, right? So this image ratio is 4:3, right? You could choose something else, you know, 2:3, 1:1, ultra wide. Do you guys know what this means? The image ratio? Or do you understand why you will have to change the ratio, for example? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So this again is one of those things you can choose from. You know, you can do the text alignment. Right now it's to the left, which is over here, right? We can change that easily to the center, right? And now we get all center text, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we can do an effect for fading, right? That means when you hover, that means when you put your mouse over the image, it becomes 60% opacity, right? We can do the text. So you really have full control of everything, and it's pretty easy to use, right? No need to know any, you know, programming. Okay, format, that's fine. We go back here. Let's say that background, right? I go to add image. In this case, you know, I'm not gonna put my own image because it's gonna take time for me to find something good. But let's do select from library, and we can do here free images, right? Let's say we choose, you know, this image. We can add the image. It needs to download it. So that image went to the background of this, right? It's the one around the hole here, right? So that's something that you might use, you might not use it. Now that I put it here, it doesn't really look that good. So we can just delete it here. And we have now simply a white, you know, background here. Okay. Cancel. Let's see here. They made a few things since I used it last time. They changed a few things here, so I'm just seeing what has changed. So we're not going to change the background. The format's good. The inset is good. This is good also. You know, you see the colors here, right? You see what with the background here, you can change quickly, you know, these things, right? It's kind of the format of the background. So this doesn't look too bad, you know, in the dark background, or you can even just as a white background. So those things are easily, you know, replaceable. We can go back up here. We can do save here on the top left, right? Then we go back to this. And then it takes a few seconds for this thing to save. And it just saves to your account, right? Here is, if you go here to, so here's my project, right? This one here. Here we can, again, edit some of the names. But if you want to add, let's say, an extra page, right, to our you know, to our you know, a portfolio here, we can go here, right? And we can actually, so these are all pages, you know, that are meant to go with this site, right? Right now, we're not using all of them, but we could just say, I like this format, you know, let's use project 2 for this one, right? Or I like this format, you know, let's drop it in, right? And we can add, you know, certain formats to, or we can put simply a blank page, right? To our, you know, to our site, right? I'm going to go back here to the pages, right? We have about, that's your site, contact. Edit. For some reason, it's not letting me change. I'm trying to change this photograph here. Okay, so we're editing here. Project 1, you can give it a name, design 1. We can give a nice description here. This is a pretty big image, right, of that project, right? Then we can go to project 2. So here, you know, one big image for us, probably not that good. So I'm going to click here, right? And again, we can select, you know, how to show. In this case, I wouldn't use it like this, like a banner. I will use it as a large image so we can show everything. We can define the exact size of this, but for now, just large is just fine. Background, it's this image here, right? So we could replace this image. Select from library. Let's say we choose. This one looks pretty architectural. There's a new image for that. And see, we have here add section, right? We have this section which is just the title and description. Second section is a small, second section here is a large, big image, right? We can do here add section. Let's do add section here, right? And we're gonna choose a different one that gives us more photos, right? We can choose from all this here, right? You know, these are, and then we can choose here category. This is headlines, right? So in this case, we're trying to pick a section that will allow us to show multiple photographs of our project. So we can do, you know, we have lists, which is not bad. We have gallery, which is probably nice. You know, we can show a gallery of our images. We have images here. We have quotes. So I think for me, I'll use gallery this time, right? And let's use the one here. Has 6 images, right, or something. So let's click that one. So it now gave me a new section here that has 6 different images, right, of something, right? We have this button here, right, that shows a photograph, right? And here we have 6 different photos, right, that we have. We could also, let's say this photo here, we could add a description to this photo. We can give it a name, right? We can give it a link. Right now, it's we can delete the photograph if I want to. We can edit the image, right? Which is good. You know, we can actually edit things like brightness, contrast, saturation, all these things that you would typically find in Photoshop, right? Can be also edited here. We can delete, confirm. So now we have only 5 images shown here. Let's see, link that we're not going to use. File. We can upload a file here. Let's say this one. Okay. Colors, again, the colors is the background. The gallery here is the image description. Sorry, the image ratio. The spacing, those things we did already. We did full bleed, we'll make it up closer to that one. With the fold, this way you have a nice gap between every single one, right? And what I want to do now is, for some reason, it's giving me a hard time here, is to change the image here. I don't want to edit the image, I want to change the image. We have this, contrast. This is just for, you can crop it. You can add a filter to the image if you want to. Things that you'll find also like in Twitter, Facebook, all these things are also here. And you see here, this little button here, that's the image focal point, right? Let me see if I can actually bring something there. So I'm trying to find an image here. At this point, how do you guys see this working out? Do you find it complex, easy to use? What do you guys think?
I think it's good because it's already organized.
Yes.
And that's nice. And also it has, like you said, that you can change image quality, not quality, like Photoshop kind.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. You can change
That's
all
good
those
that
things.
you
Yes.
don't need to open
Okay.
Photoshop for giving that. I
Fine.
mean, it's good too.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
I've made a website before with Google Sites, and Squarespace seems to have way more options, so that's good.
Okay. So I'm trying to find something to use it. Like here, I found some, some student work here. And right now, it's just a matter of taking your image here, right? And just drag it and drop it there, right? So it'll be added here, right? So I could be here, delete this, confirm, delete. Those are not my work, right? So I'm gonna delete all these images, right? Delete here, right? And I'm gonna drop here, let's say a bunch of other work. Okay, from this student here, let's say we'll put this one here. This one here, I'm gonna put back 6 images there. This is from my animation class. And I'll drop 6 images here. Okay, there we go. So again, the adding images, simply drag and drop, and probably the hardest thing is trying to get a folder that's already pre-organized with all your images, right? So once you're done, right, we have this, right? So in a way, this becomes my project 1, right? We can call this whatever it might be, design 1, right? We can give it here a description. This, we could have it here, or maybe you don't want it, right? If you feel like you don't need this image here, you can take it out, right? We can delete it here, right? This is more like a cover page, right? It could be an image of your project, maybe a large, big image. And then as you go down here, you have, all this gallery of different things you're showing, right? And then down here, it gives you the next project, project 2, right? So if I put here done, right, it's gonna save it for now. We have this, right? Already pretty much done, right? We can go back here to our pages, right? And let's see. We go here to the first page, which is project, right? Our name, description, we have these things here, right? Edit here again. Let's see here, this one. That's fine. We can add a section here. We can leave that there. We can click here. Oops, I have to go back to done so I can click. If I click here, it's going to take me to the next page, right? And this is what it'll look like. Again, we have architectural portfolio, design one, our description, page one, you know, could be a pretty cool image. And it looks like I copied it twice. So I must have duplicated a section by mistake. Let me just do edit. So this section, I'm going to delete it. There we go, done. Save it. So now I have this, again, the name, description, project, 6 images, right? Then we can go to, you know, project 2 and do it again, right? We can put design 2, this. So again, I just want you guys to, still in class, you know, our main portfolio is going to be the one that we make, you know, the PDF file. But this is another assignment, you know, for you guys to create something using at least 4 different, you know, things here, right? And this could be things that you guys already did, right? So, you know, this could be, where's the mural board? No, it could be this stuff, right? You know, one project could be showing this, right? You know, these things you guys made, right? So you can use the stuff you've done already in class, you know, plus you can also use your own personal, you know, projects that you've done before also. That would also work for the class. All right, this actually take it's already 4:02, so let's take like a 10-minute break, right? And then we'll talk about a few more details here before we finish the class. Any questions before we take a break?
No.
No?
But
All right, guys, so let's take a 10-minute break. I'll see you guys soon then. All right, guys, thank you. All right, guys, you guys there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, I mean, so looking back at this, you know, so even though I picked, you know, this format for this page here, right? You don't have to use this one here, right? I mean, you're free to choose from any of the ones they have here, and you can choose whatever you want from here, right? Unfortunately, you can only make one page at a, you know, at a time, right? So, you know, if you go back here to the main site, right? We have here my site, which is architectural portfolio, right? You know, here's the website. You know, we can choose to go here and just say delete, right? It's if you don't like this site, right? And then we can do again create website, right? And we can go back and if you want, try another format, right? It's pretty, you know, you're not stuck to that site. You know, you can make it so fast. You know, you can get so probably the first thing for you guys to do, right, is to definitely create a folder, right? So I want you guys to go to your let's see here to the, you know, your class folder here. Let's say folder 21. Let's say in here, right? We have the here portfolio website right here. In here, right, under your own name, right? You're gonna make a folder here, right? And this folder is gonna have whatever you need, right? You're gonna make it say folder for project 1, project 2, 3, and 4. And in that folder, you're gonna drop in all the images you plan to use in the site here. So then everything's organized. You can just take, you know, click and drag it, you know. So all your content's there, right? So when I go to check, you know, this folder here, I will see here your other folders with the actual images. And I will also see here, let's say a link, right? Like here, you know, I can take this link over here, right? And I can drag it and I can drop it here, right? And now I have the link to that site. I can click here and I can open your site, you know, next time in class. So that should be the easiest thing to do here. So again, you're free to choose here whatever you guys want, right? There's tons of other sites that we can choose from. You know, some of them are better than others. You know, portfolio ones, I typically deal with things that are architectural. It could be photography. This one here, let's see here. If there's anything else good that we can use here. That one looks kind of interesting here also. Let's see here. Let's try this one here. So let's say we'll start with this one here called Nevins. This, again, you can give it a name. We can just put your site name here. We can go again, edit. This we can close. Logo, yes, okay. This one has, let me put down here, and this we don't need. Has a lot more stuff, it has like 9 different things, right? If I click on peaks, it takes me to set up a description and some more photos, right? Which could be nice to showcase maybe 3 large photos of your project. So this could be nice also to use. Let's see here. We see here that we have peaks, which is the one here. We have coast here. And, if we plan to use only, let's say 6, right? Or let's say less, we could just simply go to the ones here like dock, and we can delete that one. Delete this one, and we can start to edit for our needs right here. Again, in a very quick way, we remove, let's say 3 pages, and now we have a 6 project, portfolio here, right? All we have to do really is change the name here, right? Change the photograph of this, right? We have to go edit here, right? Once currently we're in this section, right? We can go here to the edit button, right? Let's see here. We have here again the columns. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, which is a nice size. It's a perfectly square image, right? Same thing as we use in other things. Background, we have no background image. Everything here is just white. Colors, we're not going to put any colors here. So let's see here. What else we have here? We put done here. So this could also be a nice looking format here. Here you see peaks, right? Peaks has this image of a mountain, right? If I want to change this image of this mountain or this, I can't do it through here, right? I have to click here on the left side, right? And go to these 3 dots, right? And we go to settings, right? And there's the image, right? So I can go here and let's say that I'm going to drop here, again, something else from before, right? Which I closed it before, so should have left it open. All right, let's say we take from this student here, and I drag and drop this image here, right? There's the image, right? We can save it. Just go back. Pages, sorry. If we go back to the other one. Here, so we have here this one, right? Again, this is a square format, so it will definitely crop some parts of the image, but it's fine. If I want to change this image here, I have to go on the left side here, right? I'll misplace it now, but let's see. Here, right? We go on the work, right? And we go to the next one here called coast, right? We go to the 3 dots, settings, and there here we can change the image, right? We can change the name here, right? We can put here, I don't know, design 2. And the rest you don't need to really touch, right, at all. So just change the image, change the name, and we can easily change these 6 images. We can change the names here. And then once we go in here, right, let's say we click here. We are now, again, we could give here a very nice description, right? Something very simple. And here we have 3 big images to show, right? And if we go here to edit, right, we have here a photo, right, image, right? So we can click here, right? And here it shows us our 3 images that we're using, right? If I want to put more, I can drag and drop more, right? I can drop that one there. I can drop that one here and here. And I just put 3 more images, right? And these ones I can now delete. And delete, right? Confirm. Then we close it. Then we have these. Of course, these images are very low quality, so they look very blurry. And we have kind of that format made, right? If we click here, this is to add the images. The one here looks like a pen tool, right? That we can arrange, right now these are 16 by 9, so it's a wide, wide angle lens, right? Columns, we have 1, but we could say I want 2 columns, right? Which might look a little better because the other one look a little bit big, right? Like if your image is not the best quality possible, then I would make it smaller, right? So this way, you're working with less pixels, right? We can adjust the spacing here. If I want to put a caption for this image, we'll put that, right? And we should be able to add that animation, full bleed, full and inside. We can choose between those two. Full bleed will bring it up to the edge here. Falls good, and inset will make it a little bit smaller. And then here, the gallery type, right now we're doing a grid simple. There's a few other options here. We have strips, masonry, simple, slideshow fall. So if we do like, we're doing right now grid simple, we do grid strips. Makes it like that, it looks pretty good. You know, it makes it into something that is horizontal, right? We can do slideshow fall like this. That means it's gonna have one image, right? And it's gonna play into a slideshow. This image is gonna become the other one. So in a way, we have only one viewport. It's just switching between different images. I preferred, you know, having, you know, like this, seeing everything at once. And then, you know, this becomes, let's say, project one, right? When you're done here, go to the next one, you know, to save it here, right? Let's see, go back to work. We have, this is our main page. We can put a title here. We have work that we can keep, block, we can probably take it out, and contact, we'll keep that, right? So this part we can probably take it out, right? And we'll keep those two. These things, of course, you know, you can take it out or you can link it to your own personal account, and you should be able to go to edit and here. And let's see, we have a global logo phone. We can do different previews of this. So you don't have to tie yours to any Facebook account. That's not required. Just, you know, I want you guys to really try this. So I think that's pretty good. You guys can see here, you know, it's pretty straightforward. You know, the left side is your editing page properties, right? You can see here the edit mode, right? Whenever you edit, you click edit, right? Let me go back here to a different view. And again, this is done by section. This is section 1 is the header. Section 2 is this page, right? Add section, right? If I click here, I'm going to add a new section, right? You're always free to add, you know, new sections to your, you know, and once you do like, you know, add section here, you can choose from any of these ones here, or there's more here on the left side. You can choose from, you know, gallery, images, quotes, whatever you guys want, that could all be chosen for this. I think it's pretty good. You know, I think I covered most of the parts. It's pretty straightforward, you know, and it's pretty good way to make a very nice looking portfolio, right? I mean, if you have everything already organized, your images, you could have a, you know, one made, you know, in, I'll say under an hour already published, and, you know, you can share with everyone else. So I think that's good for today. What do you guys think? Any questions?
No, thank you.
No? Okay.
Professor, can you show one more time how to copy the link to the file, I guess?
What do you mean the link to the file?
You just copy the link and just we can
go. Yeah. Okay. So let's say that you, how do you publish the site, right? Okay, let's see here. So let's see here. So pages, I'm gonna go here to you know, my main site over here, right? So here's, if I go here to my, you know, Square page, this is my main dashboard right here. When you're done with your site, right, simply we have here website, right? Oh, we have also here the link, right, called Jaguar, Caterpillar, right? These things here. So if I click website here, it will load this, right? And the link to this site is over here. So when you're done, just copy this, copy that, and if I load it here somewhere, it should load up also my site. There it is, right?
Okay.
Let me see, billing. So permission, yeah, we can make a duplicate site. You know, we're not doing billing. We don't need any permission for this. Let me just check here. From your side, guys, I'm gonna put in the chat this link. I want to see what you guys see from your side. So check your chat for 1 second now. I'm gonna drop that same link that I just put there. So try that link, see what you guys see. Do you see my site that I just made?
No, it says it's a
No,
private.
nothing's there.
All right, so it's not there yet. Okay, so it means
No, it
says
doesn't
private.
open site at all.
okay.
It says private site.
Oh,
All right, private site. Okay, let's go here to let's see here.
It's the private side. It's because we have to log in first to the website. That's why it's just saying private side, I guess.
Work says publish, edit. I mean, for now, leave it in case next time, if you can't, then we can do a share screen and you guys can show me the site, that we can, figure that out afterwards. For now, just create a site, right? And then afterwards, we'll figure out how to share it between, each other.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. And definitely enjoy the weekend, right? And please try to catch up with the work.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Okay, guys,
Thank you.
before I leave you guys, did I miss anybody in the attendance records? Just last chance to be marked.
Yeah, I came in late, Professor.
Okay,
This is Chris.
Chris, okay, so at least let me mark you here. So I'm not marking you absent. All right, so anyone else besides Chris?
Yes.
Can I
Yeah.
speak with you when you
Salima too. Okay, so 1 second, let me just mark you down here. Okay. Anyone else?
Professor, can I speak with you when
Jessica.
the class finish? Yeah.
Oh, Jessica, I haven't seen you in months. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So
That's why I want to speak with you to explain to you. I already emailed you 2 times. Yeah.
you did, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't
I
seen
think
you
you
since the
didn't
first day
receive
of
it.
class. I had assumed that you already dropped the class because you've been absent like 9 times. Okay, so let's talk after class. All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Everyone else, I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, guys.
Professor,
Thank you, Professor.
Alan, yes.
yeah, I had a question because like I had a question about my portfolio.
Yes.
I don't know if I could share it with you or
Yeah, if you want, yeah, you can share it. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Are you able to share?
Yeah. How do I do that?
The share?
Yeah.
Should be a button on the middle bottom of your screen. Should be like a green button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. Share. Can you see my stuff?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I'm on my phone and then I'm also on the Zoom on the computer.
Okay.
Because my file is extremely large. It's like over 800 megabytes.
Your PDF file, really? Wow.
Yeah, because I'm reconstructing everything from all my studio classes, the ones that I want to bring for my portfolio.
Okay.
And I'm kind of doing everything from scratch, which is taking me a lot of time. So I just had a question with certain things. So one of them was I haven't touched InDesign in a while. So my question is, like the stuff I carry over from like Rhinoceros, or from AutoCAD, like I copied and paste like my line weights, and I want to change it to white to fit my background. Do you know how to do that by any chance?
To change the background to white?
Yeah, like my line weights, like for example,
is this page currently like a PDF file?
Yeah, I need to go back to my original AutoCAD file, because I'm like, some of these, like if I show you this, like I could do it individually.
Yeah.
And then turn them, like line weights white, and then I want to change it, but it's taking me a lot longer than I thought.
I mean, yeah, if you can open a PDF file in Illustrator, then I guess it will read every line because it came from AutoCAD, so it was recognized. But to make the lines white or different, it's not. There's like no easy way. If you go in the layers, you can select everything at once and convert everything. I mean, there's no easy way that I can think of doing this. It's being very time consuming with the
Yeah.
line.
Because also when I was carrying over certain files, I don't know why some of my words got corrupted, and it shows like like there's a background on my text, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
why that is.
And when you save it as a PDF, the background still shows there?
Yeah, because I'm like, if I go to this, like
Yeah.
when I was like editing it like individually to make it one page and just carry and drop, it was still giving me like that, and I can't edit certain stuff. So I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, those things you might have to just delete them and just write them again within Illustrator.
all right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, unfortunately, you know, with this, yeah, there's no easy way to make this go faster, I would say.
Okay.
I'm glad you're trying to, you know, to catch up with the work here.
Yeah, no, because I'm like that's the thing that's taking me forever is just redoing my design work, and it's like doing 3 studios and like
Yeah,
that's a lot. So I'm just trying to pick a little bit something easier for me. Also I changed my montage. I used one of these because like I did it from Google Maps, and I changed my the background and added a couple of things here. But this is from my project from I think Studio 4.
that was the corner. That's where the church was, right? Or
yeah, the museum.
the
Yeah,
museum,
so
yeah.
I got rid of the church, and then yeah, I mean, I don't know if I made it too bright, but
I mean, it looks very red, everything. Like you
Yeah.
definitely play with the colors. You know, I know the bricks are not that red, and that building in the back is more like orange than red. But
yeah, I was trying to make the render make sense. That's why, because I made it too glossy.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you can see it, but it's like pretty glossy. Like if I zoom
I mean,
in,
it looks cool. I mean, yeah, because it starts to reflect back the environment. So I think it adds something to the image.
okay. Also, I've been working on this because I was trying to do like a neon thing.
Yeah.
I don't know
Logo.
if you can see it.
I can see the glow, yeah, to it, yeah. I mean, it's a nice thing, yeah.
I've been trying to figure out something, but I don't know why I'm stuck with like a design for like I don't know something with I don't know.
I mean, it's a nice idea, but again, once you print it out, you know, or it's gonna be such a small line that you might not really see the neon effect at all. It's gonna be much bigger for you to see the glowing effect. So I wouldn't put so much more effort in that. You know, just try to, you know, develop the you know, the table of contents, how it goes in those things.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, because I'm like I changed the you know like the photo montage from my Studio 3 because
okay.
It was difficult because I had to redo that from scratch also, and I noticed that it was taking more time.
Okay.
So I'm doing certain things all over again.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, losing everything is the worst case thing. I don't know what I would do. Yes.
Yeah, no, because every time like I click my old files, like my old InDesign or Illustrator files, it just keeps showing missing link.
Yeah,
And then when I
unfortunately, yeah, because you know, those files are, you know, your work is not in the file like Photoshop, right? They're links to you know, to folders.
Yeah, because I'm like I noticed like I have things saved in different flash drives, so I'm trying retrieving all my flash drives, and it's still a mess. And so I just realized it'll just be easier if I just started over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's gonna take time, you know, but you know, you know, just try to, you know, so I'm gonna see the work in the class, you know, I can understand what's happening. So, you know, if you need more time, you know, I'll give you the time as long as you can complete the work in the class.
Yeah, no, of course, Professor. It's just that it's been extremely time consuming. That's all. It's just but yeah, Professor, I just was hoping if you're able to figure out easier way to drag certain
Right now,
stuff.
I can't think of an easier way, you know, to do that. Yes, I mean, you cannot working backwards from the you know, from the work, so which is you know, more difficult.
Yeah, no, yeah, but thank you, Professor.
No problem, Alan. Thank you. Yes, and you know, definitely. I mean, I like your portfolio, you know, and I like that geometric shape. So I think once you're done, it's gonna look really nice for the portfolio.
Yeah, no, because I was trying to show like my process from Studio 4, so I was trying to like, you know, like yeah, when I'm redoing these projects, I want to make it clear that, you know, this was my, you know, starting point, and this is how I got there. Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
But, yeah, but thank you, Professor.
No problem, Alan. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right. See you next week.
All right. Enjoy the weekend.
You too.